Andrew Aitchison pushed in the face, and perhaps just getting a bit frustrated, Brown, because Aitchison's really...
He's really manned up on him, hasn't he, and really started to take a little bit more control there. Brown seems to have run out of legs a little bit in the first half of the... Great
mark! Flowers takes a screamer.
He ran all over the place, and now he seems happy to stay at centre forward. Aitchison plays on quickly, finds Ash Perkins. Perkins down the wing, looking for Daryl Bissett. Over the back comes Mahiris. No clear possession there. Ball goes to ground. Alex Harris for the Alberton side tries to clear it out. Can't do so, but Williams picks up. Quick hands over to Stewie Scott. Tries to punch the ball onto Williams. Running by, but makes 50 or 60 metres around the ground, and it's gone out of bounds on the half-forward 50-metre mark for the GDFL Raiders Interleague side.
16.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. GDFL, as Dick said a moment ago, not lying down. They're working very, very hard, trying to get the ball into the forward area. From the throw-in, the ball comes to Trotter, punches the ball forward, comes to ground. It's on half-forward flank. Still they try to work it forward. Staley gets it, can't get a kick. Pollard, little handball out, goes to Scott. Scott across to Massara. Can he put the ball? He's had a pot shot, and Rob Massara is offline, only behind, but good positive work by the forwards there. Unfortunately, he didn't get the ultimate result. 12-11, 83. The GDFL trail.
Goes to ground.
Getting the ball into the right position on the ground to be a bit more positive. Aitchison there, handball to Pollard. Pollard over the top to Williams, who's loose on centre wing, charges through, long handball by Williams, but well, it's really to the advantage of the Alberton defenders. It was a bit too high, not too positive, and all it did was gain 15 or 20 metres for getting the ball into the right position on the ground to get relatively easy. Be a bit more positive. Aitchison getting the ball into the right position on the ground to get relatively easy goal stick. Is that perhaps local knowledge?
To get on, I don't know, Eric.
Well, it seems to be, you know, they have better set plans, and they run to the hole a lot better.
Yeah.
Umpire Haley back in the centre of the ground, puts it down again. Glasgow, big punch away. Only finds that chips it down to the wing area. Contest goes on there. Pavey tries to come through again, can't pick the ball up. Staley tries a little chip kick out, but only to find Daryl Bissett on the central wing. He turns onto the left foot. Big kick down where Collins tries to get over the top of Pavey, who is one of the bigger players for the Alberton side, and can't get a possession and gives away a free kick. Pavey plays on through the left, up the middle of the ground, only to find the number 13 in Warpole, who's come onto the ground in this last quarter. He loses possession. Trotter takes it, looking for points with the coach, tries to chip it out to Stewie Scott, but only to find the the boundary line on the central wing area.
I think they need to be more positive now, Dick. Not much good heading for the boundary.
No, got it straight down the middle now. That's all you can do with about 10 minutes left to go.
21 minutes, I think, gone in the final quarter, and they trail by 27 points, I think, and 17 points. In comes the ball. Up goes Glascott again, doing very well in the second half, but the ball's pushed to the boundary ahead of Clayton Trotter. GDFL unable to keep the ball in play. Certainly need to get forward pretty quickly. Glascott doing battle again with Hill. They've done it all the last quarter. Glascott gets the left hand to the ball, goes down to Chris Harris. He tries to get the left foot to the ball, but only as far as the interchange box for the GDFL, and someone in there got possession. Looked like Christian Highland might have got a possession while he's in the box. Up goes the big fellas again, and they've pushed it straight back to the boundary. And,
another possession to Christian Highland.
Yeah, and Alberton are more than happy now, Peter, just to run out time by the look of things.
Yeah, and you know, that's probably fairly scary at this time of game when like Maharis has got the ball at the 50-metre line. We only need to kick another couple of goals, and you know, you're well within contact again.
Oh, that's right.
Looking for Illick and can't quite get to the possession there. The ball's pushed away.
Now
on the central wing. It's a foot race, and Ashley Perkins, one of the bigger fellas from the Bannockburn side, does very well to outpace Mark Garnham that time. Pushes the ball along. The ball's picked up again. Through Alberton, a quick handball down to where Brown makes position. Rubberman up from the back. Andrew Aitchison tries very hard. Brown pushes through again. Perkins can't quite get hands on it, and a quick kick there by Anthony Knox, representative
stuck in the tree, boys.
Currumborough, has bounced off the head of his own teammate in Mark Garnham, and it's gone up into the tree and stuck in a tree here at the ground. So
it's almost beside our broadcast position. We had a chance of getting a mark there.
Well, I thought Dick Philpott was going to fly for it there at 1 second, but
well, we await the return of the ball, and
we've got another footy coming out. That one might be
to the nest.
The one in the tree might be souvenired by the young fellas here in front of us a little bit later on this evening.
AFL three-quarter time, Sydney 13-10 leading St Kilda 7-10. Near three-quarter time, Brisbane 8-13 lead Carlton 8-5. So a couple of interesting games there. Ball back with us. New ball.
I picked both of those.
You've done well.
So far.
In comes the ball. Garnham in Glascott in front of us. Excellent tap down. Collins can't get, well, he does keep the ball in. Does well, Jamie Collins. Gets tackled, gets the handball away. Now the ball is in dispute right beside our commentary position. Picked up there by Graham of the Alberton side. Well, the ball falls into the arms there of Walpole. The mark is paid, and Walpole of Alberton drives the ball to the half-forward flank. Out of bounds on the full. You've called it perfectly, Dick Philpott. Perfect position.
Well, what great position there, aren't we, to do that?
Well, I don't think the mark should have been paid to him in the first place.
Certainly not, and good point made. Aitchison, GDFL, with the ball, half-back flank. Looking for some movement. Now kicks the ball back to the centre of the ground. Big pack of players. Stewie Scott goes for the spoil. Ball comes to ground. Players in hard after the ball still, and just fantastic to see the efforts of all the players on this occasion. Last man up is Adam Vardy, the captain of the Alberton Footy League side. In front of our broadcast point, umpire to put the ball down. Glascott, here's a big man, gets the tap to ground. Players trying to, Collins pushes the ball forward. Perkins kicks the ball on the left foot along centre wing. Players are forced over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. Almost 25 minutes in the final quarter here in the Interleague game at Inverloch. GDFL 12-12-84. They trail Alberton Footy League 18-8, 114.
Trotter gets a possession away, gets quick hands over to Pollard. Pollard onto McDonald. Illick leading out from the full forward, straight up the ground, and that's a fantastic kick by Scotty McDonald, and it's hit Mick Illick right on the chest, 30 metres out and directly in front. And Dick, if ever we've wanted another goal, this is probably it.
And it's also great to see, once again, the perseverance is still there. They have not given up.
Well, I tell you what, I've watched a lot of footy, and as we see Mick Illick put it through the goals, at this level of football, sometimes the players can just switch off.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
you get 4 or 5 goals behind, and you think, oh well, that's all over, and we've got a 3.5-4 hour trip home. But to the credit of the Raiders side, they haven't done that.
No.
And if anything, I think it's through the likes of Clayton Trotter. I think he's picked up. Williams is starting to come back in. The move of Bissett into the middle of the ground, that's certainly been a little bit of an inspiration. Noel Fanning?
Thank you very much. I'm glad you acknowledged that.
I'll tell you what, Uncle Arthur's good at doing some things, isn't he? He's unbelievable.
Umpire Flowers with the ball in the centre of the in-block oval. Puts it to ground. Good bounce again. This time Glasgow does it on his own. Bissett intercepts a handball. Comes wide to Rose. Rose gets a handball to Aitchison. Now the GDFL under pressure. Ball back to centre wing.
Oh.
The Alberton Footy League, well, great work there by Graham. Certainly lost some ground, but they kept possession. But good pressure by the GDFL forwards there, and the ball out of bounds on the full on centre wing, Social Club side of the ground.
Well, Anthony Knox for the Alberton side, I reckon he backed back about 15 metres then, trying to look for support, and none of it came. The pressure was put on by the GDFL, and it caused him to take a kick and kick it out of bounds.
Yep.
Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard 13-12-90 GDFL 18-8 116 for the Alberton Football League. We've now been playing 27 minutes. It really is only a matter of time, unfortunately, but a gallant effort by the GDFL so far today. Ball to Williams, took the kick,
Maheris, I think,
Maheris has taken another strong mark in the centre half forward position, and umpire puts him back on the mark, and Maheris now half forward flank for the GDFL. Looks for options. Drives the ball high towards centre half forward. Perkins, good use of the body there. Takes a strong mark to Bannockburn boy at centre half forward. Goes back, sees the lead there from Illick again. The ball comes to ground. Can't quite get the comes, unfortunately. There's the difference, because at the other end of the ground, Harris snapped the ball up one go and kicked the goal. Are not quite able to get away on that occasion, and great credit, I guess, to the Alberton defence on that occasion.
About 25 metres out, umpire Harley puts the ball down again. Glasgow gets position, as does Hill, who's been pretty good for the GDFL side today. Bissett turns, looking for Scott. Scott leading out in the far half-forward flank, takes a free kick. Sorry, a mark. And about 50 metres out. Pretty difficult angle. I think it might be a bit far for Stewie, so he's looking to pass it off there. Game kind of come to a bit of a standstill. He makes his decision now. Looks to centre the ball, looking for Perkins. Perkins can't take it, but Hill can. And Hill, off the hands of the pack, he might have just squeezed that one through, I reckon. And he has. Thank you very much.
Great stuff, Andrew.
That's a great little bit of play. Stewie Scott just settled things down then, sized up the opposition and centred the ball, and well done, Perkins and Hill puts through probably his first goal, I believe.
Certainly his first goal today. He wouldn't have kicked many goals in his career.
He wouldn't have been a full-back for the Eastern Suburb side.
But that's some justice for a very good last quarter from Andrew Hill. He's given a bit of spark in the middle of the ground. Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard 14-12. It's at 96, the GDFL. 18-8 116 for the Alberton Footy League. So haven't given up, Dick.
No, and once again, a credit to them, the way they're fighting this right out to the wire.
Well, Dick, would you believe that we've outscored them in the last quarter? Up goes Hill. Tries very hard. Collins goes through the pack trying to tow it off the line, but can't do so. Pollard also tries to get in there and support, but umpire Flowers says, no, boys, spread out and let me have another go at it.
Umpire Flowers with the ball in the centre circle, puts it to ground. Hill gets a tap away ahead of Glasgow on this occasion. Goes wide towards centre wing. Comes across to the Albert side by hand to Simon. Simon's on the left foot. Drives it to centre half forward. Crashing through there was Whelan. Turns on his left foot. Not enough pressure put on him. So Whelan heads for goal on the right foot. And I tell you what, I think he's kicked his fifth of the afternoon. The goal umpire has agreed.
Well, that was a bit of a shame, because Whelan got the bounce of the ball, and everyone, he was running away from the goals. Everyone left him and went to the runners, and he just sized the situation up, turned and thought, no, I'm inside 50, so I'll have a ping myself.
So at the 30-minute mark, the final quarter, Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard 19-8 to the Alberton Footy League, 14-12 the GDFL, and Well, it's 30, almost 30 and a half minutes. It can't be too far away, Dick.
No, I don't think so. And, well, it's just interesting to see how they're going to fight it right out to the end. It's really great to see it happening as well.
From the bandstand.
As the ball goes out through Massara, Massara tries to get it on, can't do so. It's intercepted there, and a good handball from Lithgow goes over to Pavey. He punches it up towards Cameron Brown, and Brown takes a good mark under a bit of pressure from Andrew Aitchison. Brown plays on now, looking to centre the ball to Whelan. Up he goes, can't get control of it, but I thought that was probably a mark to the Alberton player, but it wasn't paid. And now under a bit of pressure is Brett Pollard. Stacks on the mills there, but Beck clears it up through Bissett. Bissett to Trotter. Trotter, long handball over to Hill, who's going to be run down by the number 7, but gets a little bit of assistance there from Stewie Scott, and just manages to tow the ball over the line, and it's been paid for out in the full. And Andrew Hill will now take the free kick as the ball came off the Alberton football player's toe. Hill plays on, chips down, Scotty punches through the pack. No, it's Williams, sorry. Williams onto the left. Punches the ball down into the 50-metre line, but all to no avail as the siren's gone. And Richard Philpott, quite an entertaining game of football.
Well, I'm privileged to be here. I mean, I think we've really been entertained today, and as I said at half-time, this has been an absolute showpiece for Interleague footy. And I don't know how many Interleague footy games you guys have seen, but this is one of the best ones I've seen, sheerly for the spectacle and the way the game has been played. The skill level has been absolutely sensational, and we've seen some players here today that we've never seen before, and some of them are just players that we're going to take back to Geelong and remember of the day that we came to Inverloch and saw great players like Glasscock, for instance. He was just sensational.
There might be a few coaches in the Raiders side that might try and take a few players from here back next year.
You never know. We might have to bring them over on the ferry or something like that. But some fantastic play here today. Great spectacle, great ground, and, well, a great effort by the Alberton League. They've shown that they definitely are a very strong league, and they're able to come out today and match it with the Raiders, the Geelong District Football League, and come away with a very, I'd say, comfortable win, but certainly not a disgrace by the GDFL. They were very proud. They represented the Geelong District very, very well, and I hope they go back with their heads held high, and they've certainly provided us with a very entertaining day of football.
Just been fantastic. Both sides together on the ground, shaking hands, and you know that's the spirit of Aussie rules footy, Dick. The two sides together, they've shaken hands, they've had a few words. 2 minutes ago they were prepared to run hard and knock each other down, but now it's all over. It's been won, it's been lost, and it's just fantastic. Just again, the final scores: the Alberton Football League 19-8-122 have defeated the GDFL 14-12-96 in what has been a very, very entertaining game of football.